Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back on the 420 utility now that school's over. No more college anymore. We're all done and graduated, so we're going to go ahead and start ripping into this project. You saw the past videos. We got it unstuck. We got it running. Usually we like to see how these things run and how they sound. So the only bad thing about this is that she burned oil pretty bad. I'll show you guys. We got some pretty significant oil coming out of the manifold, and this thing was smoking pretty bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an in-frame overhaul on this thing. I'm going to drain the oil out and take off the oil pan, see if I'm going to really be able to get access to the pistons without having to take the or split the engine. So I'm going to try that first. Hopefully that'll work, so let's give it a shot. Alright, so I'm going to start by taking the carburetor off. We got a 5/8 wrench here. We're going to loosen up the fuel line here. Take it off.
There's no gas in it?
No. Get that out of the way. We got a 9/16 wrench. We're going to go ahead and take the carburetor off now. Alright, we got the carburetor off. I'm going to set that to the side. Alright, I think the next thing we're going to do now is take the exhaust manifold off. I think taking this off will make it a little bit easier to get this stuff. Make it a little easier to get the head off. So I was hoping to just leave it on, but we'll take it off. These will come out nice and easy since they're brand new. She's just stuck on there with a little goo. There it goes. Okay, now that the exhaust manifold's off, we're going to take this heat shield off. Okay, we'll get everything on this side off now. Alright, so we're taking the radiator off now. We're going to get the bottom radiator hose off, top radiator hose off, the shunt line off. There's the bottom. Now we're going to have to get off this brace here with the light bars on it. All it is a couple 9/16 bolts holding it on. So we'll go ahead and get that off now. Wrench. Alright, there's the radiator. Out of the machine again. Alright guys, so the reason we took the radiator off of this is because we're getting a new water pump for this tractor. The water pump is leaking pretty bad, and we believe that just the gasket and the seals are shot in it. So next thing to do is we're going to take this shunt line off. We're going to take off this little water jacket here, all 1/2-inch bolts. So we'll go ahead and get it off. We'll start with the top. Hit one back there. There we go. All right. Now, take off these other two. Now we should be able to put this up here for now. We're going to take off the shunt line. All this line does is supply oil or coolant to the water pump when there's like RPM changes, so we got that off. Now we'll take a rubber mallet, get this banged off. Those gaskets are going to need to be... Alright, so we're just going to set this out of the way without damaging the temp sensor. Alright, next step is going to be to remove the valve cover. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to get the coil off, get these wires out of the way. So we got a little more room to access to valve cover. So I'm going to pull the plugs off, which we're going to get new plug wires for this eventually. Just set them down. We'll take the coil wire off and let it hang. Let me get that air gun. Size. It's half what's on it. We're going to buzz the coil off. Two bolts holding it on. Alright, we'll set that just down out of the way for now. we'll just go ahead and
Stick it up there. Yeah.
stick it here for now.
Sorry,
All right, now we're gonna get the valve cover off. So that's gonna be a, by the looks of it, 3/4. All right, let's go ahead and get this off now. Just like that, we'll set this on the bench. I'm sure you saw my gaskets fly off. Here they are. Take the rocker arm assembly off. It's going to be another 11/16. All right, let's go ahead and buzz the rocker arm off. There we go. Alright, we're taking the push rods out. I already took one out, as you saw. We'll slide it in these holes here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, let's get this little oil lubrication line off. It is a, couldn't tell you what size it is. 3/8. It's a 3/8. Yeah. Come on, there. All right, let's go ahead now and get all the head bolts out. All right, here's all the head bolts.
Give me the hammer. I might have this gasket.
There we go.
They set on that cloth, huh?
Well, we know which one's burning oil. This one. We got the head off, and the suspectful cylinder has pretty significant amount of oil on the sides, so that doesn't seem to help when you're running a machine. Alright, so it looks like when we were draining the coolant out of the water, we neglected to take it out of the block, so we'll let it out of there. Let it flow out like that so it just doesn't, well, so let all that run out. That'll help. Alright guys, we'll let this run out and then we're going to drain the oil. So, we'll drain the oil next. Alright guys, so we're going to drain the oil out. I got this loose already. There we go. It was clean oil, but I think we
Too bad.
We'll let this drip out for a little bit before we take the oil pan off, but that'll be our next step. I got to take off this little screw right here that holds on this little return line or some sort, so we'll get that off and out of the way, and then we'll get this oil pan off. I'm hoping I can get this off without splitting the tractor, so we'll give it a shot. Alright, now that the oil is pretty much drained out and dripping, I'm going to take the clutch inspection plate off so we can gain access to some of the pan bolts you can't see. There's one. There's two. And there it is. So we'll get this out of the way, and you can see we got two pan bolts up in there that we wouldn't have been able to access without taking this cover off. So we'll go ahead and get all these bolts off now, get the oil pan removed. Alright, we're going to buzz off all the pan bolts now. They're just 1/2 inch. Alright, I'm going to rotate to the other side now, guys. Alright, here's the last bolt, guys.
It's actually coming out already.
Alright, so we're off. There we go. Alright. So there's the oil pan off the tractor. Here's the oil pump. Some sort of return line. I can't see anything. So, okay. Alright, well, we'll get this pan out of here and out of the way and keep this cardboard down under here. We do got a little bit of sludge in the pan. I don't know if you guys can see this, but pretty goopy in there, huh? Good thing we took this off and we're gonna get it clean, so that's pretty bad. So we'll go ahead. I'm probably gonna have to end up taking this oil pump off, but first what we'll do is we'll get the pistons out. So we'll take these nuts off, and probably be a little difficult for me to show you that, but we'll show you guys getting the pistons pushed up and out. So I'm gonna get these out, and I'll meet back with you after I get these out. Alright, we're down here cramped up. We're going to take the piston caps, the connecting rod caps off. It's a 5/8 socket. I gotta turn the engine over just a hair. All right, go ahead and take this cap off. It'll come off. Might need to get a rubber mallet. Oh, it ain't coming off. Alright, so we got the connecting rod cap off. We're going to push out the piston out the top of the block.
A little more. More. A little more. You're not out. Okay, now come up here. I'm holding her. My fingers.
Alright, let's pull it out.
Remember, keep the thing the same way. Front. Bring it over here. I'm going to mark it.
It's imperative we keep this thing the right way.
Just going to go like, for now. Let me see something. See these marks? Look on the other side. The front is all the letters.
Look at this though. So guys, here's a pretty big issue. We got 1,
Let's see.
2, 3. We got 4 piston rings that are every single piston ring is stuck. That's not a big thing to do or have. So we'll go ahead now. We're gonna do the same process. Probably not gonna show unbolting the other one. We'll get the other one out and see what it looks like. All right, so we got the other cap off. We're gonna go ahead and push it out.
A little more. A little. Okay, come on up. Now these ones are all nice and loose. See? Look at her. Okay, ready? Remember, keep it forward. That's forward.
Alright guys, so you guys saw us get the pistons out. So if you can see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 stuck piston rings on cylinder 1. We got 3 loose ones here, and we got a stuck oil one here. So this will cause oil to burn. Having this get stuck will cause oil to burn. I think we found our problem, guys. So our next step is going to be to remove this water pump. I think we're going to get into that in the next video. But yeah, John Deere 430's coming along good. Cylinders look pretty good, nice and clean. The crank actually looks decent. So this engine's looking promising to rebuild it. We're getting there, guys. We're going to get some parts now ordered and on the way so we can keep going on it, but looking pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so keep on watching videos and keep on subscribing, and as usual, thanks for watching.